What's going on, everybody? Ian with Getting Work. The Royal Rumble was last night. It was absolutely amazing. I enjoyed it's been a long time since I can say that I enjoyed every single match all the way through a pay-per-view, a premium live event. Last night was one of those. It was excellent from the start to the finish. It didn't go exactly as I thought. A lot of the predictions I made were less than accurate, but honestly, it was so well done. I'll try to cover every match. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It is worth your time. Especially certain spots. You got to hit the main ones. The Bray match. If you don't see any of it, Bray's match versus LA Knight. Go see the whole thing. Go see the whole thing. The beginning is excellent. The match itself is fairly quick, and then the post match, you just have to see it. You have to see it. So I'm gonna start off by talking about the men's Royal Rumble. We're gonna start with that, and then a few of the spots that kind of came through, and then I'll go through. I'm gonna do this in a two-part video. Today I'll start off with the LA Knight and Bray Wyatt match, and the women's championship match between Bianca Belair and Alexa Bliss. I'll have those three, and then in the second half of the video, we'll talk about the women's Royal Rumble, and then the end, the final match of the night, which was Roman, the Bloodline, Sammy. Yeah, you know how it goes. So this started off with Gunter and Sheamus. So big boys. You knew exactly what to expect. The two of them were going to go in there. They weren't going to do any high flying. There was no flippity flops, as it calls. None of that. There was just two dudes just beating on each other, basically. So they started it off. Gunter has an amazing Royal Rumble match this time. He actually is one of the final two at the very end. So a little bit of a spoiler if you haven't seen it. But Sheamus, third one down was Miz. After that, I'll run through the sort of who came in and how they came in as far as the order. It was Gunter, Sheamus, The Miz, Kofi Kingston, Johnny Gargano, Xavier Woods, Karrion Kross, Chad Gable, Drew McIntyre, Santo Escobar, Angelo Dawkins, Street Profits, Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, Baron Corbin, Seth Rollins, Otis. Rey Mysterio was announced, but never comes out. So he was announced at number 17, never comes out. They didn't make any word of it. Right after him, number 18 was Dominic Mysterio, who came out with Rey's mask and attempted to rip it and failed miserably over and over, trying to rip this thing up and down. It's just funny watching him try to do it. But it was sort of alluded to that he had attacked Rey in the back, but they never show anything. I think Rey got hurt the night before, so I don't think Rey was going to be in this match at all. I think he got hurt in SmackDown, but I don't know. I hope he's well. Hope all is well with him. After Dominic Mysterio, Elias, Finn Balor, Booker T. Yes, you heard me right. Booker T was actually in the Royal Rumble. Damian Priest, Montez Ford, Edge, Austin Theory, Omos, Braun Strowman, Ricochet, Logan Paul, and finally Cody Rhodes, everybody's favorite. I'll hit a couple of. I have about 10 spots that in this match. This match is so long, but it is one of the few times that there weren't a lot of surprises. You guys just rolling out that you're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe they're back. There wasn't much of that. The match itself was an excellent match, and that has not been said about a lot of Royal Rumbles. We've seen some crazy stuff happen and extremely disappointing stuff, quite frankly, here recently. One of the spots, Brock Lesnar, he gets thrown over the ropes by Bobby Lashley and just goes ballistic afterwards. So he's beating up everybody that gets within his way. He throws a referee across. He chokes a referee over the barricade. He's just going nuts on the side. So that, I think it'll be interesting to see kind of how they use him moving forward. But one of the things, I mean, the obvious one is him and Lashley again, right? That's sort of the obvious put together. One of the spots I think they actually botched, and I really hope that Kofi is okay, because so Kofi gets thrown over the top rope, and you know Kofi, so it's the Royal Rumble. He has to come with some new and inventive way of not landing with both feet on the ground. I believe Xavier Woods was trying to slide a chair over to him or have a chair, one of the announced chairs, laying there so that he could land on it and keep one foot up on the chair. It clearly got botched. His head popped off of the announce table pretty good. He's just laying on the ground, holding his legs on the chair, but his head, they just go away from it. They didn't say anything more about it. Clearly, it was a botch, but I hope he's well. Kofi's was so good. They're so much fun. Him and Xavier, the New Day in general, they're just so much fun. So hopefully that's nothing serious, and he's doing well today. I always have to mention one of the big guys, Otis. Anytime Otis gets out there and gets to do the worm, it's hilarious. I don't care what else is going on. I don't care if he's good or bad. If he gets out there and does the worm, that's hilarious to me. So, so Otis, he got out there. He was in. He did the worm. I was happy. Again, Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio was announced at number 17. Like I said earlier, Rey, he never showed up. He's clearly hurt in some way. So hope all is well with him. Edge ruined the Judgment Day's night. Edge came out and basically just wrecked all of them. The only one he didn't wreck, ironically, was Dominic. Dominic doesn't get thrown out. He's about to be thrown out by Edge. So Edge eliminated Finn. He eliminated Priest. Yes, Damian Priest. There we go. See, brains. It was a long night last night. I'm tired. No, so both of them got tossed out by Edge. Edge is about to throw out Dominic too, and the two of them jump up and pull Edge out. So they eliminate Edge. It was a good little part right here. Edge chases them up the entranceway. It was a good long entranceway run. I think Finn Balor I think their legs got tangled, and Finn Balor just face plants on the ground, and Edge sort of overruns him because he wasn't expecting him to fall. Anyhow, he turns around, they start fighting, and just as they are fighting, and Edge turns his back to the entrance, and Rhea Ripley comes out and clocks him. And so down goes Edge, and that obviously did not sit well with one wife of Edge, who is, of course, the Glamazon. So she came out, flexed, and absolutely speared Rhea Ripley completely, to hell, basically. Yeah, so the two of them, they left victorious, so to speak. It was a funny thing if you watch just as they're kind of walking out. If anybody remembers the Spirit Squad, this is from way back, probably 20 years ago now, but there was one guy, Kenny, that was the Spirit Squad guy. And Jared actually pointed him out for me. He comes out behind them. He is not as the Spirit Squad. It's just whatever his real name is. He hurts himself running out there. You see him just, if you watch the clip of where Edge and the two of them are walking out, watch him run out. He clearly pulls something, rolls his leg. He does something to his leg, but he was clearly not meant to do that. And you see him like hobble it out. It's just a little abusing. Not trying to make fun somebody gets hurt, but it was just funny how that whole little part happened. Braun eliminates Omos. Massive clothesline. Obviously, they're setting them up still. It was fun watching just the two of them. Omos is getting better. He's getting so much better with his ring presence and stuff like that. It was good to see. The spot of the night for me, and it has to be Logan Paul and Ricochet. The two of them, you have to see. Go Google it. Go look it up. YouTube's your friend. Hey, go after you finish watching this. Go check out the video for this. Logan Paul is on one side of the ring and he's on the outside of the apron, holding the rope. Ricochet's on the other side of the apron doing the same thing. They yell at each other. They both jump up in perfect unison, bounce off the top rope, so way up in the air, they both hit each other with flying clotheslines and drop to the mat. Go see it. That nothing I describe will do it justice. Go see it. So, speaking of Paul, he actually got a shocking elimination. He was one of the ones that eliminated Seth freaking Rollins. So that could be something set up for Mania. I could see that definitely kind of going, especially with the guy that wins, because the natural one would have been Rollins and Cody, one more time. But I don't think that's going to happen, at least not for Mania. I think it'll happen. I just don't know if it'll be for Mania. again, the final two were Gunther and Cody. So number 1 and number 30. I don't know if that's been done before, but the two of them were the final two. Cody got to pay some homage to his dad in a few spots, and he also, probably one of my favorite parts, he got to do the Shattered Dreams, and so he did some gold dust, and he goes and pops Gunther, and so Cody wins. Cody ends up winning. Highly predicted. Everybody, a lot of people said it. Everybody was kind of saying the Cody Rhodes. It made sense, and yet it was still good. And so it's rare. Sometimes just make it easy. He's a star. We should make him we should just let him be a star. Don't get in the way. That was what WWE did really well in this entire match. They didn't get in the way. It was whole pay-per-view. They didn't get in the way. They just did the things that made the most sense and let people be them and shine. And if nothing else, they did that right. Like I said, end to end, this is definitely one of the best Rumble matches in quite some time. There wasn't as much sizzle maybe and surprises when it came to the match itself as far as like who was in it. But, you know, Cody won. Cody should have won. All was well. Great for the Royal Rumble. The second match of the night was LA Knight and Bray. I loved everything about this. I like the spooky, but they did the spooky exactly how you need to do the spooky. So this was also built around the whole Mountain Dew promotion and stuff like that. And sometimes when companies promote, you know, have their money and investment in there, it's so obvious and it kicks into certain ways and it's annoying. This wasn't one of those times. This was perfectly done. Like, perfectly done. The build-up for this match was excellent. The payoff for the match itself, the after the match, it left you wanting more. You want to see more. You felt good about what you saw, what you had been built up to see. You saw it, and you had something that just hooks for the next parts. Everything about this match is visually stunning. It's visually stunning. You have to see it. Definitely go watch this one. Bray comes out. He does the entrance. He's got the light behind him, of course, coming through the door. You don't see it until he gets into the ring, but he has the black light paint, like you're going to a rave, that type of paint, and he's got it on his face that you can't see it when the lights are on. As soon as the black light hits, he goes and leans back like he does, and everything about this match is just on point. He even, after the match is over, he slips on a mask so quickly that you don't even see it, but it looks like his face just instantly changes because of that black light. He chases LA Knight and fights him up onto this other stanchion kind of area, platform area. It ends with Uncle Howdy jumps off of some scaffolding that's probably 20 feet in the air, jumps across, lands on LA Knight and drives him into the floor. Fire comes up, that type of thing. And so it ends with the match with Bray standing tall over, this fiery pit, and up above where Uncle Howdy had just jumped from, the Firefly Funhouse characters come and they're like crawling out and just looking over, and like the live action versions of themselves. And they're just crawl out and they're looking over across Bray. So the visual that you see, you got to see this match. This match was outstanding. I am so excited to see what else happens with that. So excited with that. And so finally for this video, the third match of the night was the women's championship match. And I'm going to start off by saying this as far as this match goes. This match was really solid. And it sounds, when anytime you use the word solid, it sounds like you're knocking it. I'm not knocking that in any way. The match was excellent. These are two of the most extremely talented individuals in WWE, men, woman, otherwise, doesn't matter. They are excellent at what they do. They're at the top of the division. And I want to say that because, like I said, I want to make it clear that I'm not knocking the match. The match was great. It was a good match. It was solid all the way around. Every box checked. It was athletic. Nothing really stood out about it. It was a champion defending hers, standing tall at the end, versus an opponent that I wouldn't say I was expecting to win. I don't think anyone expected Alexa to win, at least not outright and clean. But the match had one purpose and one purpose only, and it wasn't about the championship. The purpose of this match was to move the storyline along with Alexa and Uncle Hattie. And it does it. At the end of it, Alexa is sitting in the ring, beaten, battered, and Bliss does such a great job at this. You have to just watch her face, all the energy just draining from it as Howdy kind of makes the final plea, not even plea, final demand that she joins. She knows what's coming, like she needs him. And the look on her face in the ring, like I said, she is the best. She is absolutely the best when it comes to this. Facial expression, body language, everything about it. She has the beaten, battered, like I said, the mental, you see it, and she has to acknowledge she's going to have to turn to the dark side for the help. She can't do it alone. So I'm as excited to see where that goes with her side as I am with Bray, with his side. And of course they're going to intermingle, and there's so many layers with it. They are both so extremely talented. Great storytelling. Looking forward to this. So that's it for the first part. I will be setting up the second one here in just a little bit. And yeah, in that I will cover the Women's Rumble and then the final match of the night. Anyhow, until then, go ahead and click on the link. This is Ian with Getting Work signing off. Later, fam.